Hello and welcome to an all-new Max Chroma video. In this video, I'm going to be showing some more of the ways you can use the Max Chroma Photo-Tessellator 2022. This is a digital download product I have available on my payhip.com/maxchroma web store. This is for $50 and you get a zip file with a bunch of smart object files for Photoshop, some other things included, and this special actions file and patterns file right here. This is now version 1.0.3 and you get all updates for free, and I'm going to continue to add features to this because it's essentially a new thing that I've been doing with all of the stuff that I've worked on before, and this kind of culminates in it and brings it all together. So loading this action file into my copy of Photoshop. Now I'm in Adobe Photoshop and I've got version 23.2.1 loaded, and this would be like Adobe Photoshop 2022. You can go to Window Patterns and you can actually go to Window Actions, and you can load both of those panels right here. So here's your Actions panel and your Patterns panel, and you can go and drag these files in after you purchase it and download it. Drag the actions over to here. Then I'm going to turn this into button mode by clicking on this tab. Then I'm going to drag this side thing here like that, and I like to usually keep it docked up here. Then I'm going to go to the patterns file, drag that into the patterns here, and I can see those patterns loaded, and these are like these halftone dot patterns that I sort of specifically extracted from how you can make it and convert it now as a pattern file and put it over an image and convert those into halftones in real time, or use it through these special indexing modes. So you don't need to have this open, you just open up any image. Now I'm going to load this test image in here. I'm going to go to, let's see here, the downloads. I'm going to drag this image in, let it rasterize this Illustrator file. I'm going to do this at about 12 inches by 6, and then do 1200 dpi. Okay. This is because I'm going to let these halftone patterns be really small and basically recreate the shades of this image with the dots and a few colors and see what I can get it to do automatically. Now this would be an Illustrator file or a vector file I could go in and work with, but it would also have a lot of gradient images probably and a lot of different transparencies and other things to work with. I like to sometimes just flatten stuff and work with it this way in raster in high resolution. So taking this file loaded like that, I'm just going to do the Photo-Tessellator sharp, and I'll hit OK here. I can choose the pattern. Maybe I'll set this to an elliptical dot pattern, and then choose the scale, the size I can make smaller, especially at 1200 dpi. So I want to open up the folder here for the Tessellator 2022 LPI calculator. I've got these tables built out already for you. If you're at 1200 dpi, let's say I want a 65 LPI lines per inch dot, 29%. So I'll set this to 29. Hit enter, and 22.5 degree angle is good. So I'll just hit enter twice on that, 22.5. Okay. And we can start off just turning the preview off and then turn it back on and try to let it pick some colors automatically. Sometimes you have to pick them yourself just to get it to work right. I will try perceptual. Turn this preview on for about 3 colors, and it doesn't seem to really be picking them too well for this image. So I would want to actually, I mean, when it's up at 7, but I think it's actually capturing too much of the background color and merging too many of these colors together. If you go to custom, you can see it's picking a lot of these lighter colors. And so, you know, let's actually cancel, close this. For this image, we might want to try, and if you see that one of the buttons are red here, click on this. You might want to try the Photo-Tessellator soft. Hit OK. We'll do 29% again and choose that elliptical pattern. Enter for the angle. And maybe the soft one will capture a little bit more of the contrast of the different colors. Let me just see how this works. So it's still merging some of the darker color with the black, but it seems to be capturing like that gold color pretty well. It's just getting like a shadow out of the highlights. We could go into this and choose custom colors, like set this a little bit there. Maybe set all of these to a lighter color, the gold, the darker color, and then maybe a black. Hit OK and check that out. So now we're merging the background all to a lighter gray. And then we've got the black and the gold and brown. So if I actually hit OK to process this, then went to the color table, I can make all of these white. Turn this gold a little bit brighter. Okay, make this brown a little bit more orange. And then I can do RGB and re-index exact. And now I can go to the color table and see I've just got it down to 4 colors, including the white background. If I go to RGB mode, I mean, that looks really good. That's just already converted into elliptical halftones, interlocking. It's like a black and orange and a gold over white background. And it only took a little bit of finessing between these two actions. I think the sharp one seemed to not really capture, like blurred too many of the colors together. But you know, it's like I want you guys to see the whole process I have for why I do this, and I want to do it in just single example videos. You can follow me along with this entire process. So could I have taken the original and maybe done something to it? Like I think I should increase the contrast a little bit here. Like this background could all be white. Maybe do this. Do some saturation and the levels a little bit brighter. Let's say I start with this image. I'm going to duplicate it. Go over here and try the Photo-Tessellator Sharp again. Hit OK. We will do the elliptical dot at 29%, so it's about 65 LPI, and we'll let it do 22.5 angle. And we're going to see what it defaults to, if it merges all those colors like it did the first time, or if it captures a little bit more. So this time it's kind of actually working really good. It's still making like the gray and the white the same, but it's getting the black and the orange and the yellow all like kind of good. I might just add one more color in there, like the darker, the brown, or the, yeah, let's try that. We'll do custom. We'll put in this color. I mean, that's really, really good. Let's just hit OK. Now we can go edit color table, change this to white. Turn this gold a little bit brighter. Really what happens is I'll get into some of the processes of how these actions work and dig into all this stuff into maybe future videos, but it kind of like applies a pattern and then works with that pattern, makes some adjustments. You can edit them yourself, but I want to see just how it works on all sorts of different images and show you guys how you could use it to just convert anything into a few different colors and have them be interlocking halftone tessellated patterns. So I'll just make this a little bit brighter like that. Oh, I see, there's the lighter images, like the transparency of that. You could actually work with that, make it a tint of that color. If you knew what you were doing, you could convert that to some halftones as well. And I could show you guys really how to do that. It's not that hard. Or I can make it white. Just let that fade out with the wings being white, the little tints. And make this orange a little bit brighter. More like honey gold color. And same with this. Black we can convert down. Okay. So I don't know, I just think this is really cool. It's a great example. Shows how you can do this with any kind of artwork. It'll simplify the process if you don't know how to do any of these other things, but you really need something that's like a color separation, and you could actually print this. It's at 1200 DPI. So I can take any of these colors and turn them into a separation, like set these to white, set all those to white, then this one to black, and there's that color separation interlocking with all the others. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video because really I need to figure out how to make lots and lots of videos using these actions. I'll work on them more and show you guys all the different stuff that goes on behind the scenes, how these actions work, and how you can use them in lots of different examples. But I think I need to start one at a time and keep these videos short and simple and to the point, and show you, where you can get this action set, how you can purchase it, download it, that it's meant to just work on images, photographs, artwork of any type, and you can turn it into these like halftone tessellations or these halftone patterns very easily and quickly. So I'm going to load this artwork in as well. 11 inches, 600 dpi. And it can work on photographs, images, anything. You just flatten it, merge it together, and just apply these halftone patterns and start going into the index mode. And now it's like posterizing the image, but using the halftone pattern to do it. And looks like this one I need to fix the way I'm going to load that file, and I might open it in Illustrator first to convert it. Same thing happened with this file. So let me close that and try it again. Let's actually take that file here, open it in Illustrator, and then save it. We can do AI. I think it just needs to get converted, that's all. I'll try to rasterize this one in and see. Okay, we'll say 600 dpi, 12 or 11 inches. Okay, cool. And that's good to see. So I was actually working with some of these Adobe stock images, and some of these Illustrator files weren't really loading into Photoshop. They were being very pixelated. Seems like I gotta maybe open them in Illustrator first or try a different method. But just taking this one, let's try the Photo-Tessellator Sharp and apply the action on this image. Hit OK. I will do 21%. That's about a 45 LPI dot at 600 LPI or 600 DPI, the resolution of this image. Okay, in 5 colors, let's try 6. It'll get the 2 blues. I'm gonna hit OK, and then go to Edit Color Table. This is the white. This is the gray. This is like the black background color, or it was maybe even like a navy kind of color. And then we've got brighter blue and the cyan blue. And then this, oh, there's like another navy color here, right? Oh, I see, it's this one, it's this background color. I mean, that's just insane. This is just crazy. This thing extracted all these colors, blended together. I could make these two the same, really. That's just great. I mean, it would be challenging to get any separation method to work out this well by combining all these other techniques together. Oops, I kind of moved the image around. So there are a lot of other approaches, and that's the thing. I think I finally got something that for me is going to be the centerpiece product that I will teach and expand upon and build upon, and then show all the other stuff that I've got and all these other approaches that I use for doing color separations. If you want to be more accurate and more precise and get into the very specifics of all the ways you would handle each, part of this image or other types of images, but just being able to go in and automatically, even by default, do something that, allows anybody access to this, this is the key to me, that I've been after. This is like something I've been after for years and years. It's like the holy grail of a color separation technique would be allowing you to choose very few number of colors. You can see what it looks like right away in the halftone pattern you've chosen, the size that you've chosen it at. You can set the custom colors yourself if you want. So I could choose this to be black and white probably, and it might just automatically do that. I could choose this to be, you know, a dark green and some sort of bright cyan color. Okay, I can choose any colors I want, but it's going to also look at the art and try to use those to extract the art into those halftone dots. So I could also let it pick from the art 2 custom colors, 3, 4, 5, and it's actually doing a really good job even automatically splitting the art up into some separations. So even someone that doesn't know the like the professional graphic side of things, the color separation side of stuff, I'm telling you, just from the side of knowing this stuff for the good part of almost 2 decades, that like this could do a better job than most of the things that would be someone doing that work. I'm using it myself now because it is doing things in the way that I would want them to be done. And it's something I've searched for years and years. And this is kind of like a hidden trick, really. But for me, it's only working because I'm now layering that entire halftone pattern over the art. And I'm able to convert everything into halftones all at the same time and get all those dots to interlock together. And so, you know, I'm going to finish this video here. Even just doing 2 examples got into about 20 minutes. So I'm going to stop this and we'll save it for other videos to show just exactly what you can do with this thing. But, you know, I am working on the ability to make plugins and convert things into a new style, but that would only work in the new Photoshop. So this action file works going back to Photoshop 2014. And the method of making these rotated patterns, just working with any image, you can create one of these using this action at the bottom, make rotated pattern layer. And now this creates a rotated pattern layer that's very easy to work with in any of these versions of Photoshop, not just the 2021 and 2022 versions. So I could set that to like hard mix and zoom in and see my artwork already converted to halftones, interlocking cyan, blue, black, and white, like a regular simulated process type of separation. And then you could go and make curve adjustments to the art directly under that and see those processing like in real time on the artwork. And so, you know, this stuff is like almost never before possible until we started using these halftone pattern layers over the artwork. And now using Photoshop to do this, we can also trick it with different blending modes to go into indexing with custom colors on the art. So this whole new approach is not something I'm trying to say you don't have access to, do it in other techniques or do it manually. But I'm building out all these actions and having this be like the centerpiece of it because it's so fast, it's so easy to do. Anyone can now approach this and layer a pattern over an image and convert to index. So this is just a great new, like unlocking a new mode or new level of converting art into screen print ready graphics in different halftone patterns. And so, you know, I want anybody to have access to this and see how to do it. And, you know, if you want to purchase the actions from me, you can go to that payhip.com/maxchroma web store. And on that web store, you'll see this link to the Max Chroma Photo-Tessellator 2022. You can purchase that for $50 and get these action files and the patterns files, load them in. You also have all these other files that I'll go over in future videos, some of the more professional smart object files, some other pattern image files, some of these legacy files. And so, you know, to me, this is like basically the cutting edge of screen print color separation techniques. And now we can approach this in a super easy and simple way and start with stuff that is some of the most challenging art, just doing custom colors and having it turn into halftone interlocking separations directly. So I'm going to finish this video here just with those 2 examples. We'll get into some other examples in future videos, and I want to just try one at a time, just do, you know, short 10 to 20 minute videos, and I will, you know, not be able to help myself but get into the details in each video a little bit here and there. Ask any questions you want to ask me, and I'll try to help you guys out as much as possible. I'm going to get into showing you guys some of the examples I'm doing of actual printing using these files, these actions, the color separations I make in other files as well, and I'll show you guys all that stuff. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you want to get updates and notifications about my videos. Hit the like button, and again, just ask me any questions you want, and I'll try to comment on it and reply to you. Thanks, and have a good night.